Hi, this is America's Pastor inviting you to stay tuned for the world's greatest boxing commentary. Now, he's often imitated, but never duplicated. I want you to put your hands together and give him some love as we welcome the one, the only, T Dub.
Let's get it. Yo, yo, welcome. Shout out to my boy American Pastor Travel. I appreciate that, man. Check out my boy American Pastor Travel live. Well, not live, but he posts videos on YouTube, guys, giving you that work that you need in your life to make your soul feel that much better inside. Speaking of feeling better inside or possibly feeling like you're sick, this brings us to this. Wilder had his day in court, so to speak, and he won. He won. Wilder has won, and the arbitration ruled in his favor that Tyson Fury must face Deontay Wilder by September the 15th. But he did say this, for the people out there with their fingers crossed, their legs crossed like they got a pee-pee, but they holding it. Oh, man. There's a small glimmer of hope that if Wilder and Fury wanted to, they can pay Wilder step-aside money and still have the All UK Fighter Showdown in Saudi Arabia. But guys, I gotta say this right now. If that is thin, that hope, that slither of hope, that it's invisible. Smash the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Listen, we about to get there. Work. My boy Bree Smith in the building. You know how we do it. Will the Magic Man says, suddenly everything turned on his head. The boxing for you. I, for one, would like to see Wilder Fury 3. Fury should be happy because he always said he don't give a about the belts. Guys, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Salute, salute, salute to your boy. Man, listen, we're going to talk about this. First of all, man, I hope everybody having a good day out there. I hope everybody catch this video live or after it posts. Subscribe to the channel. We got to get into it. We got to talk about it. You know how I do it. I am back here like a crackhead giving you this boxing, this work. Will the Magic said 100 million to step aside. Listen, for 100 million, for 100 million, if you asking me, yeah, I'd do it for 100. Listen, but you gotta remember, you're asking me, somebody who never had 1 million, to step aside for 100 million. Not somebody who has millions and comfortable and they really just basically want what they feel they got robbed from getting. The rematch that was in contract. Why is this thing moving? Hold on. Light lit up. What's up, champ? Said it doesn't look like Wilder is asking for step aside. New anyways. Dude is training hard from it looks of it. Looking forward to Wilder versus Fury 3. Now let me get into it, man. Let me get into it. Let me give you the smoke. Let me give you the smoke. Let me give you the smoke. Guys, there is a chance, or there's a slim chance that Wilder could step aside. But I'm telling you right now, that chance is about as thin as oxygen. You can see, you can't even see it. It's so thin. It's so small of a. I don't know if it's a particle. I don't know what the smallest is, but it's whatever the smallest of the smallest is. That's that. Because Deontay Wilder has put out there that he wants his basically revenge in blood. And when a man talk about getting what he want to get back in blood, that means you are taking. What do I have on my arm? I must have. Gosh, I scraped my arm really good on something. He wanted back in blood. He wants to get the work. And guys, I don't really think there's an amount of money that you can pay him realistically, now obviously, I think if you offer Wilder $100 million or $200 million, yeah, I think that he might take it on something like that, knowing that he probably won't get a shot at his title or get a shot at undisputed, at least for a long, long, long time after it. But we have to be realistic. Realistically, if Fury doesn't want to fight Deontay Wilder, and they're talking about Joshua and Fury each would get about $75 million. So, which means you cannot pay Wilder what you're going to get for fighting Joshua. Then it's like you're fighting Joshua for free. And there is, like, even if you talk about paying Wilder $30 million, $40 million, $50 million, right? Let's say you're talking about something like that. Let's say, listen, how about this, Wilder? I pay you what you're going to lose in this person we fought. Let's say if Fury versus Wilder fought again, let's say Wilder makes anywhere between 35, I'm guessing, 35 and $40 million. And he's not going to sell it for anything less than that, because not only is he losing out on the money, he's losing out on the chance of getting his title back, which means he have to go fight some who and this and that to be mandatory. Wait 2 or 3 years after the champion fight other mandatories. For honestly, he might not get a shot at who he want to get a shot at for a long time, assuming that person doesn't retire. So if Fury is making $75 million versus Joshua, and you have to pay Wilder $35 to $40 million of it, it's just not worth it. And even though I'm saying it's just not worth it, Bob Arum said this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it back up, but let's jump back to the chat. He said Wilder will lose the third fight, but you know what, champ? There's a chance he can win. There's a chance he can lose. But the man, listen, guys, how can you get mad at this? How can you get mad at this? The man is only and has always only asked for what him and Fury agreed upon. How can you get mad about it? Question: did you get mad when Anthony Joshua wanted his rematch against Andy Ruiz? Did you get mad? Did you say at that time, he's only going to get beat again? Look how bad he got beat the first time. He's only going to get beat again. You didn't say that. You probably was champion Anthony Joshua for going for the rematch after just taking a crazy beat-up loss. You was championing. And after he beat Andy Ruiz, you was even more championing. The only thing that Deontay Wilder is asking for is what they agreed on. See, when Andy Ruiz was talking about duck goosing out of the rematch with Anthony Joshua that he agreed on, that he signed, you guys was talking shit about Andy Ruiz. You're talking mad shit about him, trying to make him feel bad. You didn't say that about Fury. Why didn't you not say it about Fury? Oh, because he's going to fight your fighter. So, is this protect my fighter at all costs? Whatever benefits my fighter, I'm going to roll with it for that day. No matter what it is that benefits my fighter, we're going to treat it like 17-inch rims. We're going to roll with it for that day. We're going to roll with it. Because this situation is very close, very similar in ways for when Joshua fought Andy Ruiz. Joshua and Andy Ruiz had a rematch clause. Andy was not the champion. Joshua was the champion. Andy hurt Joshua in the third round. Many people believe Joshua quit in the seventh. Joshua wanted his rematch immediately, like it was in contract. Andy wanted to get out of it. They was talking about taking Andy to court. Andy agreed. Joshua got his rematch. Now let's talk about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder was the champion. Tyson Fury was not. Wilder gave Tyson Fury a two-way rematch clause to the loser. Wilder ended up losing. Got hurt in the third round. They stopped it in the seventh round. He wanted his rematch. Tyson Fury did not want to give him his rematch. And then Wilder had to talk about taking him to court. The only difference is that Andy Ruiz came around and fought Joshua before it actually had to go to court. Tyson Fury actually took it to court. And what makes it so bad, that even before they said that Deontay Wilder had expired the contract by not fighting him, Tyson Fury was already announcing, and he was thanking his team for getting him to fight with Anthony Joshua. He was putting videos out like that before they was even talking about Wilder and him not fighting next. He was already putting videos. That means he was already, in my head, planning on not fighting Deontay Wilder. But now you're mad that Deontay Wilder want to get his get back. Matter of fact, he's going to get his get back. What you are experiencing right now is crow. You didn't want this. You didn't dream this. You can run from it. You can try to hide from it. But you can't get away from it. The heavyweight division, honestly, is finally about to get back on track. Anything outside of what we are seeing right now, it wasn't on track. It wasn't on track. Because Fury had to fulfill his obligation. By the judge signing with Deontay Wilder, it lets you know that what Fury was doing was in violation of the contract. So Fury, trying to prematurely move on to fight Anthony Joshua, put the whole heavyweight division on hold. The whole division is on hold. Everything. Not just those two fighters. Everything. Because it's all like a chain reaction. Because now that Fury, according to Bob Arum, who said that we are going to fight this guy. We're not paying no step aside money. And I'm going to get more into that. We're not paying no step aside money. We're going to fight Wilder. Guys, do you not realize what the judge had ruled could have already happened back in February or January of this month? And if you guys feel that Fury just going to beat Wilder down in 3 rounds or 4 rounds, why didn't he just fight Wilder this past January or February? That means he would have already fulfilled his obligation. He'd have been completely out of any contract with Deontay Wilder. He would have had a WBC on his belt with nobody to make claim to it. And he still could have been fighting Anthony Joshua by the August date that they want to do it for. Do you guys not see that? You can't blame Wilder. Do you guys not see that if Fury just would have fought Deontay Wilder when they were supposed to fight, and if he would have won like you think he would have won, he'd have been done with Deontay Wilder back in January, February. Even if you are a fan of Joshua or Fury and you wanted to see the undisputed matchup, I just want to know, can you agree with me on this? No arguing, no debating, just can you agree on this? Assuming that Fury would have won, wouldn't it have made more sense for the whole heavyweight division if Fury would have fought Wilder back during the time that they was trying to make it happen in the January or February? Beat Wilder and still have time to fight Joshua by the August the 14th date. Can you agree with that? If you were to beat Wilder in February, you have March, April, May, June, July, August. That is 6 months. If he would have fought Wilder, but listen, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. The judge ruled, the former judge ruled that Fury was wrong. He owed Wilder a fight or a lump sum of money that Wilder would need to accept. The fight have to be done by September the 15th. But guys, here's the kicker. Right? Here's the field goal in all of this. Check this out, guys. Come in. Check this out. Here's the field goal, the extra point. I believe Bob Arum already knew that Wilder was going to win. He already knew it. Listen, Bob is a businessman. He might try some slick things here and there, but he's a businessman. This is why I believe Bob already knew. Now, the decision came out yesterday that Fury has to face Wilder. Guys, would you believe it or not that Bob Arum already have the stadium in Las Vegas already booked for July 24th? It's already booked. It's already booked. Think about this. Listen, for Fury versus Joshua, we gotta find the site. We gotta find this. We gotta find that. You mean to tell me moments after the judge announced that Wilder needs his shot contractually, that Bob already have the stadium that you gotta book these stadiums a lot of time way in advance sometime, already booked for July 24th for Fury versus Wilder? He already knew. Let's go to the chat. Remember, guys, you can call in. You know the number 314-827-1013. If you're not in this country, look me up on Skype. I think if you type in like what's blazing, like WHTS blazing, or what's blazing in sports, one of those, you can add me on Skype, call me on Skype, and we'll still get it in. All right, let's see what they're talking about. I already seen Fury beat Wilder, but you listen. If you're already seeing Fury beat Wilder, let me ask you a question: did you already see Andy Ruiz beat Joshua? And did you feel that Joshua should have never fought Andy again? He should have retired. I am one of the few people that said no. Joshua cannot afford to not fight Andy. He has to fight Andy next. If he don't fight Andy next, he is going to lose a lot and probably won't get a shot at them titles for a long, long, long time. See, I'm different from you guys. I'm different. I'm built different. Ford ain't even built this tough. I'm built different. Let's go. Yeah. Is protecting my fighter. Boxing fans lack integrity nowadays. No one cares about integrity of it. Means your favorite fighter may take the L, or even that your favorite fighter may end up looking bad. I would rather see AJ versus Fury. Listen. People in hell would rather have ice water, But what they done on the earth before their time. Signed a contract. That's what that was not they were going to get. Let's see. He asked Wilder many times, and his team just goes. Facts. No, that is not facts. Listen, call in 314-884-1013. You let me know if you want to agree with me or you want to bring the smoke. Because today I am smoking on the Joshua versus Fury pack, and I'm telling you right now, it hit different. Man, that Joshua versus Fury pack, that's dead. Right now, that is dead. That may happen one day, but right now, that's dead. That is Wilder is coming for his shot. Let's get it. I think Hearn said, if it's not all sorted in a couple of days, why does it keep coming up? Then they'll be fighting Usyk next. Bro, and that goes back to what I was saying about how this fight is holding up the whole division. Thank you for bringing me back. So, Fury should have fought Wilder a long time ago. No matter what you think, guys, Wilder did not hold up anything. Because if Fury claimed that he wasn't fighting Wilder way back in November, and he's not fighting Joshua, supposedly fighting Joshua to August, but Wilder wanted to fight in January, February, Fury should have fought him back then. And it would have made more sense, more dollars, more assets in the account, because he'd have made 30, 40, 50 million from fighting Wilder, and then 75 to 100 million fighting Joshua. Right? There would have been a no lose. There'd have been no court. Think about this. Fury has not done himself any favors. He lost time. He lost money and lawyers. He's still not getting a Joshua fight, and he still has to fight the guy that he pulled out from fighting. This is not me making this up, guys. You don't see no blush, no eyeshadow. I'm not making this up. I'm giving it to you straight. No chaser. Now, since Joshua and Fury held everything up, Usyk and Joe Joyce were waiting for Joshua and Fury. So now that all got messed up, now it messed their fight up. Now Fury is not fighting Joshua, he's fighting Wilder. And Joshua is now probably gonna have to fight Usyk. And now George is gonna have to fight somebody else. And then somebody else is gonna have to fight somebody else. It's a chain reaction. It truly, it's like a pyramid on how it affected fighters. And they held it up. And if you are a respectable person, you should understand no matter win, lose, or draw, Wilder is entitled to his shot, to his title. He defended his title for 5 years for 10 consecutive fights, and he lost it once. The man deserves a shot at his title back. You can call it an off night that he lost. You can call it conspiracy. You can call it gloves. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But the fact is, the man deserved his shot back. And even if it is a repeat of the same, at least it is done. The contract is done. Let's get back to it. Most Khan says, I was tweeting Wilder, but Wilder was nowhere to be seen. Because he don't know who you are, bro. Wilder was gone. What do you mean, gone where? Nowhere to be found. Like, what do you mean, gone? Wilder has been... Listen, bro, let me break it down to you, man. Wilder and Fury agreed to a date in October, right? Because of all the COVID, they pushed it from October to, like, November. And then they pushed it from November to December. Remember, Wilder is not the one pushing the dates. Wilder agreed to October. Networks, big networks on both sides were like, well, because of the pandemic, let's push it out to November. So they're trying to push it out, trying to get this pandemic time to cool down, trying to get people to open up their doors so they can make the most money possible. Pushed it from October. Then they pushed it, not the fighters, not Fury and not Wilder. Both of them two agreed to fight. Wilder had 30 days to activate his rematch clause, and he done it within 30 days. They agreed on October. They agreed on November. They agreed on December. And then the networks came back once again and said, listen, we cannot do it on this date. We cannot compete with two big events on that same date. We have to push it to January, February. Some people on Tyson Fury team, in my opinion, they're like, you know what? We got a loophole. They started to look at technicalities. Technically, the time has actually went by, so we don't have to fight them. Listen, technically, we can get out of this. Because if there's a date right here, and if this date is it past this date, then we can get out. And that means we don't have to fight Wilder. And before Josh will take a chance on could lose against Usyk, we can fight him now. Listen, guys, don't blame Wilder. You have to blame the people that made that decision for Tyson Fury, and you have to blame Tyson Fury for going along with it. Those are facts. Let me see. No, because Wilder already got beat twice. He looked terrible in the second fight. For real. Swear Wilder fell off after the loss and disappeared from media. I like to see Wilder fight after the AJ versus Fury fight. Okay, let's see what you guys say. Come on. Fury to Dawser. Usyk has no chance. You are right, man. Bomb Squad. Von D Gaming in the building. What's up, champ? Fury will find a way out the fight, bro. And here's some things that people have been saying, right? They're saying that, listen, what if Fury just don't fight Wilder and he decides to drop the belts? What if he decides to say, listen, he's not a USA citizen. He don't have to fight in the USA. What if he just goes over to Saudi Arabia and fight fight Anthony Joshua? Guys, it's not that simple as it is. You got to remember, right? There's a lot of legal things that is tied up with this. And one of the promoters of Tyson Fury is Top Rank. Top Rank is a US-based company. That US-based company is not going to be like, okay, since Fury's not from here, we're going to just be like whatever too and take him over there and do what we do. No, you're all going to get sued. Things can hold up. Listen, this has pumped the brakes on Tyson Fury. If he tries to go over there and do some stuff like that, that's not going to work. I mean, the only thing I can even think of is Fury dropping the belt. You know, like, that's the only thing I can think. Only thing I can think of is Fury saying, you know what? I'm still the champion. I never lost. I'm going to drop the belt and go fight Joshua anyway. And I really don't even know how that's going to turn out. I don't even know if he can do that. But let's assume that if he does that, right? We're assuming, let's say he doesn't fight, right? He doesn't fight. And he goes against what Top Rank wants to do. And he's still like, I want to fight Joshua. Well, if he fights Joshua and Fury fights Joshua, that's not for Undisputed. It's not, I mean, maybe they can look at it that the winner is number one in the division, but the winner is not Undisputed. That means Joshua, who says he want to fight whoever want to fight for the titles, he's not fighting everybody for the titles. He's not Undisputed. Because in order to be Undisputed, they would need the WBC belt. Now, I'm going to bring this up. Nobody brought this up yet. And I hope they don't do this. But the only way, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But a possibility that could happen is Fury drops the WBC belt. And the WBC makes Tyson Fury a franchise champion. He makes Tyson Fury a franchise champion and say, listen, you can still be undisputed. We just made your belt. And we're going to say you're the real champion anyway. Maybe. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? What do you think? Silence at work. Unfortunately, if Wilder loses again, that could be devastating. But if he capitalized, listen, man. It doesn't matter what happened to Wilder next. Because do you guys understand that people was not making this big of a deal about Anthony Joshua? Like, I don't get it. Where was this thing? And think about this, guys, right? Eddie Hearn has been kicking down doors, going to everybody, trying to make this fight between Joshua and Fury. I mean, it appears that he didn't let nothing. There was no was not an answer for him. Eddie Hearn looked like he was going everywhere trying to collect every Infinity Stone to make this fight happen. Where was the same energy when Wilder was undefeated and Joshua was undefeated? And that is what the world wanted to see. Why didn't we get the same energy? And no matter what you guys say, Wilder versus Joshua is bigger than Fury versus Joshua. Now for the UK, that is the biggest fight. Because why? They win. Unfortunately, the UK versus UK wasn't going to take place in the UK. But it still is a big fight. To them, it is the biggest fight. Because no matter who wins, they celebrate. And I really believe that most people in the UK want to see Joshua win over Fury. I just think that. I could be wrong. But I think most people want to see Joshua win over Fury. And if the fight would have took place, I would have been one of those. I would have wanted to see Joshua win, even though I felt Fury had the tools to beat him. He said, don't see Fury fighting Wilder in a straight up fight. He's pulling out. Listen, man. Hey, bro, I am so happy that this fight is going down, man. I don't know what he's going to do, but listen. There has been so many games going on with this man. The whole lead up. Think about it. Just 24 hours before this announcement right here, Tyson Fury came out. Yeah, baby. The fight is 100% on with Joshua. August the 14th. Yeah, I'm coming for you. Your daughter. I'm coming for you. Guys, I believe that was all for show. I believe that Tyson Fury knew there was a chance he could lose in arbitration. And if he loses in arbitration, because Tyson Fury never really seemed on board. Because he did videos talking about he giving you 2 days and 24 hours and a weekend, or he's going on to fight somebody else. Well, they can try to point blame at Tyson Fury and be like, you never did want to fight in the beginning. Well, Tyson Fury trying to save face, he's doing a video telling you that I agree. So that way, when they rule against him, he can like, listen, I was ready to beat that big dog, I was ready to do this, I was ready to do that. And people want point blame at Tyson Fury. And people should not point blame at Deontay Wilder at all. You can't point blame at a person who's trying to get what he's signed for. You guys are robbers. You guys are thieves. You guys are robbers. You guys are some underhanded, shady people. If you believe that you can contractually sign to something, then after you sign to it, say, I F ya, I'm out of it. When you sign for, let's say you're trying to rent an apartment, right? You sign up and say, I'll pay you $1,200 a month, right? That's the only way that they would even rent to you is if you agree to pay the $1,200 per month. You sign to it. Well, then you get in there and then when rent's due, I'm not paying you nothing. I don't gotta pay nothing. I'm gonna stay here for free. I'm gonna stay here for free. What's gonna happen? What's going to happen? They're gonna get legal on you. They're gonna go to file court documents against you, and they're gonna get you evicted out of their place, and you're gonna have to pay fees anyway. That's what you guys are. That's what you guys are. You guys will lie to people, get and agree to something, but not actually want to do it. Tyson Fury is the one that signed up to this. Listen, if Tyson Fury felt that he was going to beat Deontay Wilder bad, he didn't have to do a rematch. He didn't have to take the fight. What? Tyson Fury is the one that agreed to do the rematch before they fought. He got to honor his agreement. And for all you guys that want to see Deontay Wilder get snaked, think about this hypocritical stuff. Think about this. Think about how hypocritical this is. Think about this. When Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury, people said he should retire. People said that he's a bum. People said all these bad things about Deontay Wilder. I didn't hear too much good about it. Billy Joe Saunders, in my opinion, quit against Canelo. Even though after the fact they found out that he had maybe some orbital bone damage, but when it initially happened, he mentally didn't want to fight anymore. The referee didn't make that decision. The judge didn't make that decision. He made a decision not to continue. What have you heard about Billy Joe Saunders? He can come back. It was a great effort. He's this, he didn't do that. It's been nothing. Listen, they have gave Billy Joe Saunders a cushion to fall back on, to make him feel like he can come back. But when Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury, all you seeing is he's a bomb. He's gonna get beat. He ain't this. He ain't that. He's this. Guy, you gotta let me know what's the difference. What's the difference in Billy Joe Saunders that you raise him up, and what's the difference in Deontay Wilder that you bring him down? Billy Joe Saunders, stick and move. I want to touch you. You can't touch me. Deontay Wilder's going for your cranium. One of them trying to give you action. One trying to dance to victory. Trying to style and look good to a victory. But the one that's styling and look good to a victory, who arguably quit. Oh no, it was a good decision, so he can come back. We take our hand. It was a good effort. Anthony Joshua, he had an off night, and he wasn't even training for Andy Ruiz. All these excuses for when your fighter lose. All these excuses for when your fighter lose, why they should come back and do better. Because Anthony Joshua lost in a similar fashion like Deontay Wilder lost. But guess what? You didn't have this same smoke for Joshua. You don't have to admit to me. You don't have to comment in my comment section and say, yeah, T-Dub, you're right. We didn't have that same energy for Joshua because he's Joshua. We hate Wilder. We don't know why we hate Wilder, but maybe because he's black and he's American. I don't know. We hate Wilder. I don't know. We hate him. Joshua got hit with a shot that was close to behind of the head or back of the head by Andy Ruiz in the third round. Wilder got hit with a shot in the back of the head, back of the ear by Tyson Fury in the third round. That single shot by each one of them guys changed the course of the action. Joshua never looked the same after this shot. Wilder never looked the same after that shot. 7th round, Joshua got knocked down, didn't want to come out the corner. Wilder was in the corner and still fighting. People think Joshua quit because the referee stopped it. Wilder, who was fighting back in the corner, threw it in because they didn't think he was going to come back and win. You guys felt Joshua had to fight Andy back. He's going to beat him this time. He's going to do that. He's this, he's that. Come on, Joshua. Wilder, he's a bomb. It's nothing. Can't fight. Can't do nothing. He should retire. Guess what? I got a secret for you. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? He's not going to retire. He's not going to retire. He wanted to get his get back. To me, no matter what happened in the third fight, you have to respect Wilder. I respected Anthony Joshua because many people said that he shouldn't take the fight against Andrew Ruiz. You know what I said? He has to. And I take my head off to Joshua for fighting Andrew Ruiz. When you get beat by somebody bad like that, and you have the balls to go back in the ring directly with that person, knowing mentally you just got physically beat, and you want to fight next and you win, I take my hat off to you. Wilder got beat in the second fight with Fury. Beat! That is a type of beating that most people will contemplate retiring if you're weak-minded. If you ain't got the heart. But Wilder never thought about that. The only thing he saw in his eyes was revenge. Everything was red. Everything was boiling. He wanted revenge. And when somebody, a coward is a person that you get beat by a person. Every time you see that person, you walk the other way. Oh no, I'm not going to let him push me against the lockers again. I'm not going to let him, no. You run the other way. But see, but what Wilder's from, and even Joshua when he fought Andy Ruiz. Oh, you did that? Okay. I'm not convinced. You're going to have to do it again. You're going to have to do it again. You got to run it back. Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, you got to run it back. Let's get it. Vonda Gamer said exactly. Brennan Smith, no boxing needs Wilder. Yep, I believe so. Silence says they did promise us this a long time ago. Vonda Gamer, the heavyweight division goes through Wilder. Let me see who else. Anything Vonda Gamer. Fury, the biggest coward I ever seen. Would imagine, man, the only thing that's certain is that nothing is for certain, especially in the heavyweight division. We've seen some crazy upsets in the last couple years. That adds to the excitement. I agree. See, when things are not predictable and it hits you like out of nowhere, even when you think that, oh man, there's going to be a landslide, he's going to go in there, whoop this guy, Tyson going to beat Buster Douglas, and all of a sudden you get the shock of your life. Oh man, Anthony Joshua's going to beat Andy Ruiz. He's going to beat this Mexican Buddha built body, smiling, yoga looking guy, and he get beat. That is what makes boxing. Because sometimes what you can predict, or you get the unpredictable. Man. Now, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren are definitely pushing the blame on Bob Arum. Eddie Hearn coming out and listen, I did everything I could. I had the money actually lined up. Eddie Hearn said, listen, I had everything done on my end. Everything. So, he's not going to take any blame on this. Because honestly, Eddie Hearn has been doing actively everything in the public eye for real. It looks like he has. Frank Warren, listen, and I'm going to say this. Even though Frank Warren trying to blame Bob Arum, saying they didn't want to lost in court, Frank Warren and Bob Arum, in my opinion, knew it was a great chance, that they could lose in court. How, you may ask? Well, let me answer this. Out of the three promoters, Eddie for Anthony Joshua, and Frank and Bob for Fury, which promoters did nothing in the public eye to make this fight? Which promoters actually did nothing? And whenever they talked about it, they talked about how it's probably not going to happen. Frank and Bob, right? Eddie Hearn had been running around like a chicken with his head cut off, going to this place and that place. Listen, Eddie Hearn was running to every food pantry he could, trying to stock up in the house, trying to get the fight to go down, while Frank and Bob remained quiet for the most part. Frank and Bob was saying that, listen, Eddie Hearn is lying, the fight is not going to happen, it's probably not going to happen, because they knew what they were trying to do against Wilder was a long shot. I mean, a long shot. I'm talking about trying to hit a mosquito with a 9mm. That's a long shot. It's a greater chance you're going to miss that shot than hit that shot. Yes, there's a chance it could go your way, but there's a bigger chance that it won't go your way. You owe this guy a fight. This is what hurt them, in my opinion. This is what hurt Bob, Eddie, Frank, Fury. This is what hurt them, in my opinion. One, Tyson Fury was announcing Anthony Joshua fight before the contract was actually up between him and Wilder. When him and Wilder was talking about fighting in December, somewhere I think in October, November, somewhere around there, Tyson Fury had already said, "Thank you to Daniel. I got for giving me this big fight." That looked bad. That looked bad when you're talking about to a judge that it doesn't look like you was operating in good faith. Two, you're actively promoting another fight while you are in court for a fight people say you're avoiding. Three, Bob Arum has went on record several times. He said it is not Deontay Wilder. He said Deontay Wilder agreed to all the dates. It is not Deontay Wilder. It's the networks. ESPN and PBC didn't want to do this. So then, if Bob Arum said it's not Deontay Wilder, then how can you blame Deontay Wilder? Which means, when they said Deontay Wilder let the contract expire, that was a lie. Because Bob said that it wasn't Wilder. Bob said Wilder agreed to everything. Bob said Wilder's not scared. He agreed to all the dates. It's not Wilder. It's the networks. Including the network that Tyson Fury was fighting on. Didn't want to do it on a certain date. Another thing went against them is COVID hit. COVID pushed everything back like a hairline. It pushed everything back. COVID was receding on everybody. Hell, my shit pushed back. I take this hat off right now, you'll laugh at T-Dub. Damn, T-Dub, if you salute, you like this here. Shit, man, my hairline going so far back now. At first, I just washed my face like this. Shit, now I gotta wash my face and up here too. But let's get it, man. Let's get it. Eddie been making about 20 videos a day. He's been everywhere. Fair dues to him. Man, listen, bro. Eddie been trying to pimp this fight, bro. Eddie been running, pimp. I mean, he's been everywhere. And Eddie Hearn has been under the microscope a lot because he has so many events coming up that every time he done an event, the question always came back to Joshua and Fury, Joshua and Fury, Joshua and Fury. And the way that you knew that what they were saying was hurting them, because for the Billy Joe Saunders fight, they did an interview with Tyson Fury in a lobby of a hotel, I believe, and the interviewer was asking Tyson Fury about fighting Joshua next and all this. Joshua said that, not Joshua, but Fury said, I'm not going to speak on it because now I realize that words can be used against you in court. Like words in the interview can be used against you. So Tyson Fury realized that the videos he put out talking about fighting Joshua and thanking people, the videos that he put out about basically not wanting to fight Wilder, like those videos came back to haunt him. Those videos was Jason sounds. 1, 2, Wilder coming for you. 3, 4, arbitration at your door. Well, guys, listen, man. Let me go and get back to my normal daily. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I really wanted somebody to call in and give me the smoke. Nobody gave me the smoke, man. I left the line open, 314-884-1013. Tell me, how am I wrong? Tell me. Well, I guess I see why. I guess I'm not wrong. I guess I'm right. I guess the only argument they can make is just make an argument within itself because they don't have any legit rights to make their claim. The only thing they can do now is make bold prediction that Wilder's going to get massacred. But that's just your personal prediction. Now, it could come out that Wilder could get massacred or he could get revenge against Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury said that Deontay Wilder, because he saw Deontay Wilder training with his new trainer, and Deontay Wilder is looking pretty good on the pass. Tyson Fury said, listen, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, basically in so many words, I would still beat you. And I want to ask you, can you teach an old dog new tricks? Can Deontay Wilder learn? And if you say no, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, then I gotta ask you this: why did Tyson Fury fire his trainer, go hire another trainer to quote unquote build power and have a knockout style? During host mode, man, Von the Game, bro. Listen, man, bro. I can drop a lint. And it's so quiet in here that I can hear it hit the table. It's so quiet that a piece of lint will hit the table sound like a quarter. Now everybody want to be in church and can't speak. Now everybody want to be the library like, shh, I'm trying to read. Yeah, listen, man. I told you guys. I done videos about this. People told me that it wasn't going to happen. People told me, oh, you don't want to talk contracts with me, T-Dub. You don't want to talk contracts with me, T-Dub. Wilder messed up. Wilder going to be out. You don't want to talk. They was telling me this. When I'm telling you guys, I said, listen, man. I admit, I don't know what's all in the contract. But things look more in Wilder's favor. Just basically pointing out what I pointed out to you guys about the COVID, about Wilder agreeing to every date. Listen, guys, listen to this. For you guys to think Wilder disappeared, he agreed to every date, guys. When they told him October, he said yes. They told him November, he said yes. They told him December, he said yes. He never turned down a date. He never turned down a date. He agreed to all of them. But then out of nowhere, the networks are going to decide, well, we can't do it. What do you mean? Deontay Wilder said, listen, I don't need a crowd. I will fight him in an empty building. I don't need a crowd. I just want to fight him. To me, they was trying to strong arm Deontay Wilder out of his fight. They were trying to strong arm him. And we don't know how deep this really go. We don't know how deep it goes. Because why would they push it from October and then push it to November? Think about it. They keep pushing it to the end of the year till it get close to end of contract time. Oh, we can't do it October. Oh, we can't do it November. Oh, we can't do it December. Oh, we gotta do it January, February. In the moment, and think about this. Think about this. This is something else that can be used. That was probably used against Tyson Fury's camp way back in like October, November. Frank Warren and all them guys were saying this fight is too big not to have fans. We gotta do this fight in January, February. It is too big. We need to push this fight off because we need a live gate. And everybody that was on Fury's side was like, yeah, they need a live gate. This fight is too big not to do without fans. We need a live gate. In the moment that the networks actually was talking about pushing this off to January, February to something that they suggested themselves, and now they use that to get out the contract, guys. This was a failed attempt. Be mad at Fury. Be mad at Frank Warren. Be mad at Bob Arum. But you can't be mad at Deontay Wilder for wanting what he signed for. Yeah, he says, I would imagine man say, great live TW, you always make sense, man. I'm trying, bro. He said, yeah, Fury still had a cheat to beat him. They tried. Listen, I'm only giving you guys plain and simple. I'm trying to give it to you like ABC 1, 2, 3. That way everybody can understand it. The people that would disagree with me in this video were people that just want to hate. People that just don't want to see Wilder fight Fury. Or people that just only want to see Joshua fight Fury and hope that Joshua can beat Fury. That's it. Because if you are a person about honor, and if you are a person about business, then you would say, you know what? No matter if you like Wilder or not, the guy deserves his just due. I mean, Fury did sign a contract. He did try to weasel out of it. Wilder is owed his shot. Even Derek Chisora, who I like Derek Chisora because he don't come off as one of them guys that I'm about to be fake just to be fake for my country. Even Derek Chisora said that Fury should fight Deontay Wilder. Even Derek Chisora said that. And Dylan White, a person that for the most part, I gave a lot of S to. I gave him a lot of shit. Dylan White even came out initially and said that Fury needs to fight Deontay Wilder. And they're from the UK. Dylan White don't like Wilder for the most part. He even said that. Guys, let me get back to work. Thank you guys. If you didn't smash the like button, please smash the like button for me. We back at it, man. This was it. This was the one. I'm pretty sure more videos gonna come, but I gave you what's on my mind live right now. I'm back at it. I can crack at it, giving you Boxing Geekers' work. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not scripted. I'm pretty sure I left something out, but if I leave something out, just enough time to give you another video and give it to you again. Dale Boy just loves to fight. Yeah, man. But all right, guys, let me get my butt out of here. Take care.